With the release of Set 4, Dragon Ball Fusion World Ultra Limit, we got Son Gohan Adolescence. The part where he's beating Boo. Love this outfit, by the way. This is, like, honestly the best outfit. Apart from his blue gi in, like, the Broly movie, this is, like, one of my favorites. Oh, and the green and black one. There's just so many. I'm just going to put him right there. So this is actually the high school deck. Technically, you can also use the Son Goku, the dead one, Ripku, as people call him. You can use that one as the leader as well. They pretty much do the exact same thing, but we're a Gohan fanboy here. We're going to be playing that Gohan. To start things off, we got 4 copies of the Erasa. She's your searcher. Look at the top 5. Add a Satan City card to your hand. I believe it has to be cost of 4 or less. Highest card in this deck is 4, so you're searching everything, which is nice. She's kind of needed. You need to use her in this deck. We're running 4 copies of the 1-drop Videl. This one is honestly your best card. Get this thing out on the board as soon as you can, because you just tap 1 and you can play a skill-less battle card with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. That is so useful. The fact that you can play a 3-drop for 1. This card, you want to see all 4 copies, and you want all 4 on the board just to flood the board. She's too good. We're running 4 copies of the 2-cost Videl. This is a when attacking, take a skillless battle card from your trash with, I believe, 3 or less, and add it to your hand. So essentially, this is your recycle. These two are going to work in synergy together. She's going to attack, recycle, then you're going to play it up for free, and just keep recycling that entire thing for the entire game, and just piss them off, which is nice. We got 2 copies of the vanilla Videl. This is mainly, you can also bring back the Videl with this card. Never mind, it says non-Videl card. You cannot bring it back with that, but you can bring back a couple things with this card, so still use those Videls, and also she is a Satan City card, so you'll get the added bonus off that. Running 2 copies of the new Vegeta Mini. This is basically the Hercule Satan without the keyword. He's a little bit stronger, which is nice too, and you get to the 5,000 power if you have 7 or less cards, which you usually will, but you just reduce something by 2 for the turn, which is pretty nice, and he's a 10k combo. Like, it's a pretty good card, but you only want to run 2, you don't need to have a lot of those. Alright, now into the actual deck itself. We got 4 copies of the Son Gohan Adolescence, Satan City, so it's obviously targetable by everything in this deck. He's a 25k card, 3 costs that you're going to play for 1 with the Videl and just overwhelm them entirely. We got 3 copies of the Great Saiyaman 2. Honestly, once I get 4, I'm bumping this up to 4 because she literally just plays a Great Saiyaman from your drop for free. If you have several less cards, which you will. So she is super useful. The fact that she just plays something out for free. Like, she'll play this card for free. Great Saiyaman. 4 copies of it, of the 4-drop, 30k. Again, you're going to be playing this card out pretty easily and pretty cheaply. Just being able to play it by playing this card, play it for free. That is so much value, it's insane. So, definitely 4 copies of the Great Saiyaman. This is kind of like your big boss of the deck. It's 4 copies of the Son Gohan Adolescence on play if you have 7 or less. You get to choose up to 2 cards with 3 or less, place them at the bottom of the owner's deck. This is just for getting rid of stuff and then just going straight into an attack. This is an early deck. You gotta overwhelm them fast to get anything done because 4 is your highest. You're probably going to go max 5 to 6 energy in this deck. Probably don't want to see anything higher than that. It's just a waste of cards. But this card is just going to completely poke them down as much as possible. We got 4 copies of the Videl. Theming. You can use any super combo you want, but we gotta go with theming for the deck, alright? We gotta do it. Alright, we've got 4 copies of the best card in the deck, Orange Star High School. This card, you want to see turn 1. You want to see it turn 3. You want to see it turn 5, and turn 7. Basically, every other turn you want to see it, because essentially it's a field card. You play it, next turn, you're going to activate its effect by tapping 2. Place this card in the trash, look at top 3 cards, play a Satan City card with 4 or less. Fun fact, everything is 4 or less in the entire deck. So you have like 30 targets to be able to play any card. So this thing will almost never hit. If you don't hit, that's a bad day. But I've never had it not hit. And having 4 copies of it, you can just really just use it forever. but that card is absolutely needed in the deck. We got 4 copies of the Great Saiyaman. So essentially, you choose one card, choose one of your opponent's cards, and depending on how many cards you have, let's say you have 5, you get to kill something with 5 costs or less. And you have cards in the deck that reduces cost. So the Vegeta, you can attack with the Vegeta, reduce it by 2, play out this, and then kill a 7-drop. So super useful card, and the fact that it only costs 1, it's super inexpensive. Like, you can technically play down 2 to get rid of like 2 4 costs. You want to get rid of the Germans, takes 2 energy. That's pretty good. Then we have 2 copies of the You Prefer Girls with Shorter Hair. This card can be interchangeable, but essentially this is just to get more cards in your hand. If you have 3 or more Satan Cities, draw 3 and place 1 card from your hand to the top of the deck. So this can be useful for the Orange Star High School combo by putting a card on top that you know you're going to want to play, like the Great Saiyaman, play them out for free or play them out for 2. This could be useful for that, but if not, you can charge them. It's not a big deal. And you might be wondering, why the hell are we using this card? Only for this card. Amazing Hidden Potential. This is the only card that you're actually going to use its effect on, which is kind of shitty, but we just don't have many targets for it yet. But it's a 5 cost. When you use that, it'll be a 3 cost. But essentially, you can play a Sun Gohan Adolescence with a cost of 4 or less from your drop, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and reduce it by 1. You can play Sun Gohan Adolescence. You can play Sun Gohan Adolescence. So you can play out at least 2 targets, which is kind of nice. Again, you're not going to get many targets off of it, but at least you can still play out the 4 drop. That's the one you're going to want to play, because you'll play him out for 3 instead of 4, and he's from your drop, so you can recycle him. So technically, you have 7 copies of that card in the deck if you play them all. And then you can also reduce something. Maybe there's a 4 cost there that now the Gohan can target, which is pretty beneficial. But that's pretty much the whole deck. This is going to be this is a locals deck. This is nothing competitive. But until it is competitive, I'm going to try my best to learn it in a way to be able to beat decks that are currently viable. This one, it's a for fun deck, but it's high school, man. It's the high school arc. We all loved it, and we all tried to use our energy and ki to fly. We all did it. I still do it. Still doesn't work, but that's neither here nor there. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what deck you are looking to play in this new meta. Hopefully it's Gohan like it is for me. It's either going to be this deck or the green Gohan for me, but probably just going to play both of them here or there.